folks, welcome back to Broke Off Bassin.
Today, or tonight, it's kind of late in the night for us, we're going to build a 12-volt ammo can battery power pack. And you have seen these, I'm sure, all on the internet, people building these things. We are going to build something, it's a little bit different than what you've seen or what I've seen. And so, stay tuned.
Let's get into it.
Here are the things that you are going to need in order to build this battery charger ammo can box. First, you need an ammo can. The ammo can we got from Harbor Freight. I think, I don't know, something about like maybe $4, $5, I think, something like that. I'm a member of it, so we get discounted stuff all the time. Okay, so we're going to start off. Here is the battery. This is going to be a deep cycle battery. It's a Mighty Max battery, a model ML12-12, 12 volt, 12 amp hour deep cycle battery. It fits perfectly in the ammo can. And this is just my little impact there for the bits that we're going to be using. And here is our green light. Our green light, one of the purposes of building this box is for the green light, which is coming in a later video. So, and then we have a 12 volt charging kit that is made for this. We have our recharging ports here. We have our 12 volt switchboard right here. That's you can pull all this out. Okay, there we go. You can use I call it a cigarette lighter because I'm old school. I don't know what it's called.
12 volt port.
12 volt port, okay, cigarette lighter, okay. And then there's two USB ports right here, and then this is going to be your voltage indicator for your battery. Okay, and here is going to be an on-off switch that we are going to wire in so we don't have to open the can up and disconnect the battery each time. Now, the tools that we're going to use, it looks like probably, I think this is all we're going to need, is going to be, it's going to be two butt connectors here, going to be a Sharpie, an 1 1/8 paddle bit because I don't have step down bits, and this is a 7/8 bit, and a set of wire crimpers set of crimpers, and then also we have wire strippers. Okay, well, stay tuned and watch this thing get built. That's why a step down bit would have been a lot better, but we don't have one, so we got to improvise. All right, let's see here.
I'm excited to be able to charge our GoPro batteries.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, that looks good, and we will put screws in here because we don't have a
just
vacuum.
shilliking it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now we put the batteries in. The battery.
Insert the Batra.
You could do it like that, but we'll do it like this. Got it. Insert the battery. Ooh, just going. Yeah, that's going to get it. All right. So we got like that. Float. And then we got USB. It is cutting it really close to that, but we can bend that one up. Okay, now
Looks like a tight squeeze there.
Yeah, this is these are different size. I didn't keep up with. Yeah, it's very tight squeeze. Very, very tight squeeze, but we can handle it.
It looks like it fits better on that one.
Yeah, it does. It's different sizes. I don't know why they were making different sizes. I have no idea why. What would be the purpose behind it? Other aggravate me.
All right, guys. So we got the battery in there. We got everything fastened down. We're just making sure we're getting the wiring done right for the board.
There we go. Turn it around like this. Flip the picture.
And this is when it's important to take pictures.
All right. So it looks like the red wire goes from the bottom and goes to that side and then the outside of that one. So that's pretty easy. All right. And then
So what's that called whenever you're wiring those things up and together like that?
series, I think that's what it's called. Series.
Wiring it up in series?
I believe that's what it's called. I don't know.
That sounds right.
Okay, so now we got. All right, so we got the black pigtail right here. Okay, and this goes to the top here. That one, and then this right here. Perfect. Voila, voila, voila. Okay, and also, this was an ordeal with this big a battery. So they do make smaller, slender batteries, but what we had to do is we had to just kind of pry it out in order to get our lock nuts on here, and it is a very close right there. And then what we ended up doing is went ahead for the hot side right there is just bent the tab up so we can just make a connection straight in, and the negative, that's fine. It's fine right there. So all right, so that's that. Now let's put in, this is going to be our on-off switch. O is for off.
What's that little tidbit you just said?
O O is for off is what I look at it in. It's an open circuit and a closed circuit, I believe is what it's really called. But and the hole here, it is a little bit loose. So what I would suggest doing, and what I am going to do, is put a little bit of silicone around it and go ahead and seal it in so it'll stay sealed in. And like I said, this is going to be the on-off here. Let's slide these down on top, right there and right there. Okay, so that's the off switch there. Okay, and so off is going to have a jumper from red wire, which is going to be connected to the other red wire. So actually what Tommy suggested was putting a little bit of electrical tape around the on-off switch there to give it a little bit snugger fit in here. Now we are going to come back and just add a little bit of silicone just around there and a little bit of glue and go ahead and make it a good tight fit. Okay, so in the off position, what we're going to do is we're going to butt connect these two wires right here. These two wires are going to tie directly into the battery right here.
Give them a little closer view of what we're doing.
All right, so the off side of the switch here is going to connect directly to the battery. So when you flip it on, it's going to go to the instrument. There, the instrument panel right there, and power everything here. Okay, and then of course the negative is going to tie into the negative. Okay, so we also have to add in our built-in charger. Okay, charging port right here. Okay, so and it's going to charge the battery. Okay, so what we're going to do is, since we have a power wire that's going to be connected over here to the positive side, and we got to have the negatives tie in right here to the negatives, we're going to have to create a pigtail and create the pigtail coming out to tie these wires into right here. So stay tuned and we will get that done.
So we ended up adding a new piece of equipment that is required.
Yeah, it's just an old piece of extension cord that I have for the SO cable and all. And of course, we're going to maintain the black is going to be for the ground. Usually your extension cords have red, but this one didn't. So we're just going to make sure that the black stays for the ground, and we go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You young people have no idea what I'm talking about. And
we're probably going to go with the white one.
You want to go with the white one? Because
Yeah.
green usually is for ground, so that's correct. Well, in AC it is. So, all right. DC is black. AC is hot. So, all right, so what we want to do is we want to create a couple of pigtails out of this and then tie these in.
For those that don't know, what's a pigtail?
All right, so a pigtail is where you have one connection here, but you have two wires that you can hook up to. That is going to be a pigtail. Okay, well, a pigtail also can be like if you have one that's in the center like this, two connectors, and then you have one little pigtail like that coming out. But pigtail, I don't know, because a pig only has one tail. I don't know why they call it, you know, maybe a pigtail off of this one, and maybe they got two butts together or something, but it's called a pigtail. So anyway, we got some connectors over here. Let's see if these right here will fit. Let's see if it'll fit on here. Yes. Okay, so that one will fit. And this one will fit. Perfect. Okay. And we actually have two of these. So as long as I don't drop it and it goes down to the ground and crawl underneath this thing, then we're good. Okay. All right. So now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and take this wire that we just did. So here's your hot wire. We're going to go ahead and just snap this in half here.
You gonna snap it or cut it?
Well, cut it, snap it. You know what I mean. Okay.
Come on now, let's get snappy.
Okay, and then we strip it. And these are strippers that most people have. I have a set of these here.
What made you get those?
Because it's easier. Long time ago, and I've forgotten most of this stuff. I used to be an electrician, and a long time ago, and I've forgotten most stuff anyway now. All right,
just enough to get you by.
Yeah, so now hopefully those clips will be big enough that will slide over here, and yes, I will trim this. Yes, okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and take these and we'll trim it up.
Is it required that you trim it?
Yeah, because the if you leave it long, the pieces start poking through there, and I don't want it doing that, so I'm just gonna do it this way. And give it a good shove, and then crimp it real tight.
Is that the only tool that you can use to crimp the wires, or can you use something that most people have in their household?
I don't know. I've always crimped it with these. If I needed crimp, I went and bought some crimpers. So, I mean, these are, I think, they're Kleins that I've had for, I don't know, 30 years, I guess. So,
longer than I've been on this.
I don't know. I mean, you could probably use some pliers or something. Just as long as you know, have a good connection on it there. And
you can use wire strippers too.
I guess if you can get this hand strength or something, I guess you could probably do that too. But I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm using. Okay. All right. So now we got to tie one of these ends. Here's the charger. So we're gonna go ahead and strip this out too.
Any who's a whatser?
Is that who's a?
A who's a whatser?
Okay. And then we'll use butt connectors on these. Now on this, we'll trim these up here also. Let's see. All right. Go ahead and get some butt connectors out. Now, what I'm going to do is the blue butt connectors, they seem to work just fine on this wire. So we're going to go ahead and crimp this side.
With your specially made crimpers.
With my Klein crimpers, yes. My Klein crimpers. If you don't have these, go buy them. Okay? Period. Just go buy them. They're in section back. Oh, shoot. I don't know. I think back 30 years ago, I paid maybe $40. I probably got ripped off, but I don't know. But
not sponsored by Klein.
Yeah, not sponsored, but you can if you want. Hey, a tool that's lasted for 30 years. Come on now, really? And I use them all the time. Because I may not be an electrician, but I still do a little bit of electrical work. Okay, so we got our butt connectors on here. Here's our charger. We're going to go ahead and just shove this on in here. Okay.
That's what she
All right.
said.
Now what we want to do is we're going to come off with the pigtail. Here's your ground. Let me do that way. Okay. All right. So the ground wires right here is going to connect to your pigtail. Okay. So here is, where's the black ones at? Here we go. Oh, actually, we need to make this one.
So is it important that they go and grab that tool as well?
Well, no, you can use that. You can use that thing there if you want to. Most people have them. You know, when you get advanced like me, you know, you want to use something like this. They do make some for Romex though. This is for braided wire. They make some for Romex too, and I have those as well. So I have everything. And usually it's two of everything. So, because one, I can't keep up with knives, I can't keep up with tape measures, I can't keep up with anything like that. And this was my knife that Tommy took, and I had been looking for 3 days.
Look, now you gave that knife.
I did not get, that's a Zog. I did not give a Zog to you.
You said, here, use this.
I said, use it, not have it.
For the day, you said, here.
I don't believe you.
Your exact words were, you need a knife for the day. Take this
Okay,
one.
well, not 3 days.
Well, I haven't seen you in 3 days.
Well, that's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
You need to come see your daddy more.
Look, okay, I work a lot.
And I don't.
I didn't
You
say
hear
that.
this? You hear this mess coming from?
I didn't say that you didn't work a lot. I'm
Alright.
just saying.
You just saying, yeah. I'm just saying too.
You know, I be working a lot.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is here's our connection for our negative. Okay. We'll leave it a little bit of extra room. We got extra room in here. Let's make this room it out just a little bit here. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut it out right here and strip it out right there. There we go. Okay, so now we need another butt connector. And I believe a red one will fit on these. These are really small wires. Okay. Let's see. Let's look a little bit long. Let's go ahead and trim that one up a little bit. Okay. Now, somebody that does this, an electrician, and does it every single day, I'm sure you'll be like, oh, no, you're doing it wrong or something like that. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I guarantee you this will work, and it will not create a fire. So, for all you naysayers and want to get on here and harass me, I'll just all kiss my patooties. Or patootie. Whatever the hell you call it. I'm gonna kiss my ass out of that. Okay. We already got the butt connector on here. Okay. We're going to give it a little bit of extra room in here for the wires. Okay. Now, hold on. Let's go ahead and cut this one the same. About the same. Let's strip this out. Okay. Now, go ahead and connect. All right. So, what we're doing is we are. All right. Make sure you have this in the hole now before you do all your connections here. Okay. And we got everything, so here we go. Let's go ahead and slide this one in.
That would kind of suck if it wasn't in the hole.
That would suck if it wasn't in the hole.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Well, when you're in the hole, I mean, it never sucks if you know. Well, I don't know. That's an overstatement sometimes. But, okay. So there's our negative. Our negatives are ready to hook up into the hey, there's that extra wire. Okay.
Yeah, I found the extra wire.
And there's the extra wire. Okay. All right. So our charger gets hooked up as well. Okay. And we're just gonna use a. Maybe you reckon I ought to go ahead? No, I've already used this tape on here. Okay.
You got any red electrical tape?
Mm,
Probably
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Just write red on it with a black Sharpie.
Okay. Well, before we do anything else, okay, let's go ahead and let's make our connection here to power our system here. Okay. All right. So, as we said before, their O is off, and so when we flip it on, we want everything to power in. So we're going to make this connection right here with the butt connectors. There's that wire I was looking
You
for.
said butt. Don't be grabbing an open knife like that.
Yeah, you let it get dull anyway.
Look, just because I work in EMS doesn't mean I'd be saving people's lives like that.
Yeah, but you can give your daddy a Band-Aid or something. Anyway, we got electrical tape, paper towel and electrical tape. Best Band-Aid in the world.
Not when you need stitches.
Well, to keep it from bleeding so bad. Alright, again, here we go. And I'm not going to cut this. I'm just going to leave it. And we got to have plenty of room for our wires, so I'm not going to cut them too short.
All of our extra wire is going to be shoved down into that hole anyway.
So we just want to get this going, and then we can charge our batteries for our GoPros and for our drone, our phones. Okay.
Definitely our phones.
All right. So there's the wire that's going to keep us going. Okay. So we're going
That's
to
our
shove
go-go
that.
wire.
Yeah. We're going to shove that down here, out of the way. Okay. And here's our power on wire. Okay. Now, go ahead and for our power wire, our charging wire, I wanted to keep it as close as possible as I can to that. So let's cut for the charger right there.
Right past the fingertips.
Yeah. Let's cut some off. Okay. All right.
And when you're installing subwoofers, these things come in handy so much.
There you go. There you go. All right. Good deal. Okay.
And it's also Klein.
And I think we used the blue butt connector on this one.
The blue.
The blue. The blue. Oh, look, never mind. Look, I already did it. Let me cut a little bit off of this one. Woo, I'm glad I saw that.
What'd you see?
I had already put one on here. So, we're good to go. We are good to go.
GTG.
Get that down in here.
Good to go, my guy.
There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something. On every connection that I make like this, even though it's crimped, I always wrap these with electrical tape just because of heat expansion. The electrical tape will help them keep and stay in, okay, and stay connected. So that's, I always do that, and so you're going to see that as well. Okay, and then this is our last connection.
I think we need to put Jasper on a shirt.
Yeah, get him a shirt. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of electrical tape on each one of these. And you don't have to, but, I mean, I do. And like I said, you don't have to wrap these up. I do. And I don't know, as the boss that I'd worked for, he wrapped everything. So just some stuff just sticks with you, and they are supposed to be as tight as you can get it to keep them pulled. So when they heat up, they don't pull out. Hey, what you doing, dog, huh? What you doing, E? That's my dog, Eggplant.
Eggplant Xavier.
Eggplant Xavier. Okay. Alright.
Also known as Bob.
Alright. Let's lined up here. Good to you?
Looks good to me. Make sure you don't hit the battery.
You got a screwdriver?
I do not have a screwdriver.
Grab it. Oh, yeah. God, we need a Phillips head screwdriver.
We need the vodka and the orange juice. Flat or Phillips?
Phillips.
You're also gonna need a Phillips head.
Now you can also put some silicone, getting that thing tightened down really tight. Some silicone around there. And this one, just want to make sure it doesn't dig into the battery right there. So, got a short one. We're gonna use a short one for this. Oh, cool, because you know what? It'll help you keep it in place. Yeah. And if you worry too much about the screws poking out and all that, you can run some little bolts through there. And bolts and washers would be just fine. And it would be good, you know, put the silicone on it just for pulling, you know,
No.
off and on when you're making your connections. Okay.
Oh, that's in there.
Okay. All right. Now, moment of truth.
Pull it over.
Moment of truth. Here we go. You ready? This is what we call smoke testing. 1, 3, 2, 1, go! And we have juice, and there we go, 12.5 volts right there. Here is our cigarette lighter. What do you call it? Something you
It's
guys
a
call
12 volt.
12 volt cigarette lighter connector. And then we've got, and then we've,
This isn't the 70s.
or 80s, but and then there's our 2 USB ports right there for charging our GoPros and our drone. And okay, so now we have on the back, remember we put this in, this is our charging port. Okay, so we'll turn this off, and then we do need to make 2 more connections. Okay, so here's our charging port here.
Show them the inside.
Yeah. All right. So it's going to plug in just like this. Okay. And as you see, the top is the hot, bottom is the ground, so you don't blow up the battery or anything else. Okay. And then you'll plug that in like that. Here is the 12 volt charging system right here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, since we're going to use this charging port right here, we're going to put these up. Yeah. Okay. So when you get this out of the way, we pull this. And yeah, I know the wires are going to be a little bit, you know, smaller, but it's okay. It's 12. It's DC voltage. It's not going to matter. There's not a whole lot of amperage going through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let's see. I like alligator clips, so let's keep them kind of long. Yeah, that would be All right, now we're not going to cut both of them at the same time because we got to remember which one's hot, which one's not. Okay? So here's our hot. We're going to go ahead and cut that one first. And sometimes if you just need to, I always take the negative and just tie it in the knot, you know, and cut it. And that way I know the knot is negative. So sometimes it's not.
I just want you to know, in my head, I was thinking maybe the knot's not negative.
Alright, there's your hot wire. Let's go ahead and strip that little bitty thing out. Because now on this little bitty wire, and we're going to have to use a little bit bigger of a wire nut, I'm going to strip it a little bit extra long because you can fold it
Double
over.
it.
Yep, fold it over.
You could even triple it.
Okay. See any wires cut? Sure is. Yeah, we might have cut some wires on here, but as long as I can fold it over and make it work. Yeah, we'll make that work. And we can always check it with the meter too. Okay, so there is that one. All right. Hopefully there's not. And if it's not big enough, you can always take another piece of wire and just fill in the gap as you're putting it in the connector. So let's see. Did a red one? Was a red one able to fit on this one? Do you remember?
I do not remember.
I don't remember. We'll see anyway. So we'll see if a red one will fit on here. If it is, that would be fantastic. No, we're gonna have to go with the blue one. Yeah, the blue. Yeah, much better. Okay. All right. So that little piece there, the little charger, we may have to add a little piece of wire in there, which is good. I'll show you something there, if something you've never seen before. Yep, we'll add a piece of wire right in there. So tell you what, Tommy, if you would go ahead and strip that out right there. You know, you strip it out about that far, and we'll twist it on there too. All right. Actually, hang on, let me have those real quick.
You right-handed people.
Yes. All right, now you can.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the vet connectors on these here. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these ends right here. You just need to really make them as tight as you can against that connector. As tight as you can against that connector. So don't pull it out. Okay. All right. Now, since we did have to use a little bit bigger, I'm gonna go ahead and strip this out a little bit more. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to take and we're going to cut this. We're going to build this wire up. And then we'll trim it off. And it just gives it a little bit of, what do you say, girth to it?
Yeah.
I believe it's girth. Okay, so I gave it a little bit of girth to it. Just for it to get in. And like I said, now it's so small right there, okay, that when we put that connector on, definitely gonna put some electrical tape on there to keep it held in. So we're gonna go ahead and trim that off now. Oh, you know what? Let me see something real quick here. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Trim it off. Don't twist on it too much. All right, that was the red. All right, let's see if we can get this working now. Okay. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Okay. Don't pull out on it too much. And I'm going to start up here. And I kind of need it to be as tight as I can without pulling it out. You know what I mean? Hopefully I didn't just pull that out. So, but you know what? If I did, that's fine. We got some more and we can use them. Okay, so we got the hot hooked up now. Okay, so now, let's see if we can find. Did you get any hits on your thing yet?
Not yet.
And this is going to be a little bit odd. Okay. Now what you can always do also, instead of cutting it off, you could have just pulled it on out a little bit more. Probably I should have done that. And went ahead and wrapped it and then cut it off and then wrap it. You know, let's do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie these, twist them together. Okay. Will this, I think we might be able to get both of them in there. Maybe. We'll see. If not, we'll try something else. Alright. A little bit more. Okay, now what I was talking about here. This actually worked out a little bit better than the other side, but as long as it stays connected, that's fine. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna connect this, this. And we're gonna wrap these up right there. We're gonna stop right there. We're gonna take this little tail. We don't need it, so we're just gonna cut it off, and then we're gonna wrap that in. I'm gonna continue wrapping. There you are. And you can always take.
So how will you know if it's charging?
The light, and you can turn it on too, and the indicator will tell you also as well.
Good to know.
And as long as it's not smoking, I mean, I guess we're good.
That's a good point.
I love electrical tape, by the way. One Christmas, I asked my older brother for electrical tape for Christmas because I love it so much. He bought me 15 rolls. It actually lasted a pretty good while. I mean, it lasted...
What, 6 years?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I was 13?
There you go. All right, let's see. Let's see if it works. Okay.
Here's your makeshift.
Just so happen to have an extension cord right here.
That he also.
Yeah. Hey, but it works out right.
That's all that matters.
All right. So
Green light.
Now, as long as it's green,
Green
it
light.
stays green. All right, now. Probably should have plugged this in before I plugged that in, though, right? Yeah, go ahead and unplug that. Let's plug it in first. I don't want something popping or blowing up in my face.
Hot on top.
Go.
Light's red.
Light is red, that means it's charging. Right? Anybody read the directions?
No, they're in Chinese. It's English.
Greeno means red-o, means Read it in English hours. Okay, only for 12 cell battery systems. Do not use a charger or other battery. If you probably should have read this before I bought it, but if your battery hasn't been used in a long time, when you use the battery, it will display green light. It is normal. Please charge for 5 to 7 hours. Full charging time for different size batteries.
Doesn't say
Okay.
anything about
So
red.
what about red LED on when charging. Red is charging.
Okay.
Green LED on when fully charged. Okay, so it is charging battery. Red is good.
Now, what about if we turn it on?
It's simple. We'll just turn that sucker on. All right. So okay, it is charging because look here. It is now reading 13 volts. You know, it is now reading 13 volts. So it is charging. So our little system works. There's the charge here and here. All right, and then say if it was green, it would be fully charged. So here we go. And then we can plug that up to keep it watertight. There. I put it down facing down below because I didn't want to have to try to fight the lid inside right there. On there. See, I put it down that way. Because if it was turned around, then you'd be hitting this. We don't want that. Okay. So, unplugged. You see the charger was working because unplugged. Now it dropped down to 12.8 volts and we have 12.7. And we have nothing running on it. So, Tommy is going to go get something that has a USB. Like our GoPros or something. Oh, but you know what though? Okay. Now, the cigarette lighter part of it. We're turning that off for right now. So get that. Okay. Alright, we'll have it in and plug it up. And I'm going to get this light ready to show them as well. And I like this because it came with this.
All right. You see, it's off. And it's charging.
Is it charging? Yeah. Yes, it is. All right. It looks like it's fully charged.
It is. Off button works.
Okay, now we're about to try this green light that we're going to be using this for fishing. And what's cool about this little light, and we'll leave a link also, probably out of the way, is we'll leave a link also for this one, is that this thing, it came with battery connectors and a cigarette lighter adapter. 12 volt, whatever
12
you
volt
call it.
adapter.
Or whatever you call it. Anyway, it's
12
going,
volt input.
it's going to plug in right there.
12 volt input adapter.
All right. Time
Is money.
to test this thing out. It's called smoke testing. Okay. All right. As soon as we plug it in and turn it on, it ought to glow. All right. Make it glow. And it glows. Yay! And there we go. So it works. Everything works on it. That is our portable 12 volt battery bank for fishing. Put it in kayak for your little bass raider like I got. Tommy's got one of his bass fishing kayaks. Or when you're bank fishing and you just want to tote it around with you, it's not heavy at all.
It's what,
And
10 pounds? Not even?
I don't know. You know, the weight is going to be the battery, so whatever.
Yeah,
you know.
that is light.
And what's pretty cool too is that you don't have to flip it open. And this right here, actually what worked out really good was that screw that we put in right here. It keeps that battery from moving. But you can put like a pool noodle or something like that in there, and a pool noodle. And I don't think the green light would work. Oh man, the green light would almost work. Oh wait a minute, it may work. Okay, folks, we're gonna try something real quick here. Okay.
Maybe turn it off.
Yeah, let's turn it off. Okay. I'm going to shove this right down in here, like so. And this here.
That might freaking work.
I think it might work. Oh!
Look.
Look. Look. My peoples. Look at that. Look. Everything fits in the ammo box. Everything. The battery, the charger, every single thing. And except for the battery charger, but that's going to be, you know, plugged up in your house. So, but the green light, the cable, everything is right there. That's all you need. Closes. And the good thing about these is that there is a rubber gasket around here, so these are waterproof. So
Resistant.
whatever, yeah, that
Water resistant.
water resistant. And there it is. Still works.
All right, everybody. Well, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll
Down
leave
below.
everything that you need for this box
down below, right there.
right there, right, just right there
And
in the description.
if you like this video, you want to see some more kind of stuff like this, maybe on a larger scale, or you know, just build something.
Anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
build anything. Leave us a comment. Let us know, and we will build it and mess it up and then rebuild it and rewire or whatever we need to do to get it to work.
Just
And,
tell us what you want.
Yeah, and just if you would, be sure and hit the like button, the subscribe, and in the little bell thingy there too. So so you'll know whenever we come out with this. And then here's our mascot. This is Eggy Bob. This is Eggplant. Eggplant Xavier. And he is a Weagle. He's a weenie dog and a beagle. And he's our mascot. And he loves this freaking bone here. So that is Eggy Bob. You'll see a lot more of him. He'll be on the boat with us and stuff.
He will have a life jacket.
Yes, he will have like that. So, all right.
That's it.
Thank y'all.